Hello, ladies. I'm so excited to be back. This is my third or fourth time presenting to you inside this amazing community. Thank you again, Christina, for allowing us to present as your standout members on this amazing group. So congratulations also to gathering so many of us together. Holy cow, it looks like you're up to 170,000 people in this group now. Looks like we're amongst good people. So all my life, I've wanted to help people, as you, I'm sure. Whenever I see someone that is lacking in any way or has less than I do, I just can't help but want to open my heart to them. Sometimes in a really big way, and sometimes in more of a simple way. But my heart is always drawn out to people that have maybe lost hope or are struggling in any way. The craving seems to get bigger with the bigger my reach gets. And the bigger my reach gets, the more I want to help people. Oh, hi, Christina. Hi, girl. So as I've thought about this and ways that I can help people that maybe have lost hope or that are just not in the same position as maybe we are, there came a really fantastic idea my way that I just am excited to tell you about. Something that'll kind of fill your heart with some excitement and gladness. And it's going to give you a whole bunch of ideas and feelings in your heart and mind. And I think you're going to love this. So about 5 Christmases ago, my family saw this video my husband found, and it was a regional airline that actually had Santa Claus in the boarding area of this airport. And people came and they saw Santa Claus and they got to give their wishes. And nothing uncommon, right? Nothing unextraordinary. Hi, sweetheart. Thanks for the loves. Not extraordinary yet. What happens next is really where my journey became really well known to what I wanted to do in my world. So these passengers, they give their wishes to Santa Claus. They get on the plane and they go to sleep, right? Like we all do when we get on the plane. Well, little did they know that all of the people in the airline terminal where they were going to land were shopping for all of the stuff they had wished for. And not only were they shopping for it, but when the passengers got down to the boarding area, all of their gifts came down the baggage claim instead of their luggage. And it said their names on it, and it was beautifully wrapped and oh, so very cute, right? And people were just bawling. They even made it snow around the baggage claim area. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do something this cool, something this big. Hi, Krista. Krista knows this story. I want to do something this cool, something this big. I want to pull something off like this. So how do you do this, right? This is an airline, for Pete's sake, that's pulling off this magical experience. How in the world am I and my little family going to figure out how to do this? So when the people get their packages and they're shocked, right? And they start opening them, and it is in fact everything they wished for, from cameras to flights home to the latest game system to underwear and socks to even a big screen TV. And it was just the sweetest thing. And I remember watching this with my kids, and I'm thinking, how do we do something like this? I want to make this big of an impact. I want to change someone's life, someone that's down in the dumps or someone that's had a rough go. How can I make a difference like this? And so once I decide something, there's just not much that can stop me. Luckily, because at this point, it is 9 days before Christmas. My cute little family were in my kitchen making some Christmas candies for our neighbors, and we start talking about this idea of how can we pull something this big off. Well, my son just happened to have been talking to some friends, and they're like, well, you don't have an airplane, but you do have, what if we did a theater? And so this has now become the tradition. We call it Operation Christmas Magic. And this last year, we spent $25,000 in an hour and a half on 300 very well-deserving people that had no idea what was coming to them. And Krista was there. Krista was there. Fun to have you on here, Krista. So my message to you today is 3 things that will elevate your business the fastest. And this is one of them that I'm telling you right now, is you have to build your network. There's no way I could have pulled off that event that year, the next year, last year, any year, if I didn't know a lot of people that have the same kind of heart as I do, that want to help others. And so it's kind of sometimes like growing your network or networking can get the slimiest reputation, but it doesn't need to. Growing your network, they say that we're the same person today in 5 years, except for 2 things. And that's the books that you read and the people that you meet. Well, it's the people that you meet that really have changed my life, my business in the very, very biggest ways. So number one tip for you for growing your business exponentially very quickly is get to know more people. And this can be hard. I know a lot of people that are business owners are introverts. A lot of business owners want to hire someone to do their outreach part of their business. But that's not what you should do. You need to be the one building relationships. You need to be the one that's face-to-face with other like-minded people like you. And that will change your business faster than anything else. And you know why? It's because they're probably having some of the same struggles that you're having. And if you get to talk to them, you're probably going to move your business faster forward because they've probably already solved the problem that you're in the middle of. And there's no sense in reinventing the wheel. All you got to do is talk to someone else and they're going to already have solved this problem. And then you get to move faster forward, right? So my first tip for you today is to build your network. And then you can do cool stuff with it, like be Mrs. Claus for 300 people and make everyone in the room cry because it's such an amazing experience. Oh, by the way, I am shopping for 100 Mrs. Clauses. This is a movement I want to spread. I don't think there's a fee. I just want this to spread. So we want to get the word out about that, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're here to talk about how to move your business forward faster and the cool stuff that you can do with it when you do it. And that is the cool stuff. That is one of the cool things. Okay, secret number 2 to exponential growth in your business. So let me introduce myself. I'm Shelly Yorgesen. I'm the owner of the Veranda Virtual Network. For 10 years now, almost, I have led live executive networking events that are really cool. They're at a really high level, really neat people that are there in 2 different markets. This business is happening, and I'm now actually a partner in that company. But about 2016, I took my expertise online and created a virtual networking experience just for us girls. So it's women in business gathering online from all corners of the world, right? Well, one of my members on the veranda, she was our guest speaker, and she got all bossy with us one day when she was the speaker, and she said, her name is Karen McDermott. She's actually in this group as well. So she got all bossy with us, and she's like, okay, ladies, if you have a business, you have a story. And if you have a story, then you need to be an author. And if you become an author, it'll elevate your business, it'll elevate your profile, it'll increase the amount of speaking engagements you have, and it'll just raise the vibration of you and your business. And honestly, I had never, ever thought of that. And so in the time that between her speaking and me learning and me listening, I thought, yeah, you know what? maybe I need to be an author. Maybe I need to think of my story and what is my business story. So the veranda is actually my fourth business. I've been through a lot. I've learned a ton, and I've just had I've gathered a lot of data, right? That's the new word for failure, right? I've gathered a lot of data, and I've grown through some hard stuff, and I've had a lot of success, at times made a lot of money, and at times had a terrible year, right? So everyone has a story. And so now she's got me thinking, oh my gosh, I got to write a book. I do a lot of speaking. Maybe I do need to write a book. So I am going to be putting this story of Operation Christmas Magic into a book, and telling the story of how growing your network can have a really magical effect on your community, and how you can be the leader of that magical ripple that can just flutter through your community in a beautiful way. And so I can't wait to share my story now. It's not something I've ever dreamed of really doing until the last probably 18 months. But I want to encourage you to think about that. You know, she planted that seed in my heart of, hey, you have a beautiful story here and you need to share it. And so, secret number 2, consider becoming an author with me. I've never done it either, so we can do this together, right? So consider being an author. What is your story? What story drove you to business? What data have you gathered that's going to take you and your business to the next level? So that would be my next piece of item number 2 that can help us elevate our business to the next level. All right, item number 3, make others shine. So in business, sometimes there can get to be a bad connotation about the word competition. And competition actually can be a beautiful thing. One of my favorite words for competition would be co-opetition. Have you ever heard that? Co-opetition? That's when, I don't think it's a real word. It's when there's 2 competing companies that are in the same space. So let's say you're at a networking event and you're in close proximity to someone who does exactly what you do, right? And sometimes that happens. So how can you form an alliance? How can this become co-opetition, right? How can you make someone else shine? I don't believe that getting ahead in business is by throwing a bunch of elbows. I don't. I've always been an athlete, played a ton of basketball in my life. And boy, I tell you what, I got good with my elbows. But that's not how you get ahead in life and business. Not at all. Probably not on the basketball court either. But how do you make other people shine? What can you do for their business? How do you serve someone well? Well, I'll tell you. Number 1, figure out what their needs are. How can you help them? Because there's this thing called the law of reciprocity. When you help someone, the first thing that they're going to want to do is help you back. It's a law, right? Think of that in your own world. When someone gives you a gift, what do you want to do? You want to give them something back. And most of the time it's a thank you note, right? But if someone bakes you something, you want to bake something back for them or whatever it is. But it's a law, and it's real. The law of reciprocity is real. When you do something for someone else, they automatically want to serve you back. So you want to grow your business? Help someone grow theirs, right? What's that saying that Zig Ziglar, I believe, said? The more people you help get to where they want to be, the faster you'll get there, or something. I can't remember. Someone put that in the comments. I can't remember the exact quote, but the more people you help, the more people are going to help you. So it took me a long time to realize this. Like I mentioned, I grew up an athlete, and I grew up on a farm. I milked a ton of cows and swathed a lot of hay. And in the farming and ag world, there is not this idea of abundance mindset. Like, if you win, I win too, I can win too. No, no, no. Like, if the hay guys are making money, then generally the cow guys are not. They totally take turns, right? And then when you get on a field, there's a winner and a loser, right? It's taken me a long time in this, being in the networking world now for almost 10 years, to see this fact that a rising tide actually does raise all boats. So when I go to help someone else out, I am lifted as well. So that's my message number 3 is make other people shine. Help them. Okay, let's do a quick review. Number 1, you got to build your network. You got to change the people that you know. You got to increase the people that you know and hang around with more people that are a little bit ahead of you. I want you to have scary friends. Okay? I want you to have scary friends that are bigger than you, and friends that scare you a little bit to hang out with them. You're intimidated by them. If you're comfortable or the smartest person in the room, then you need to go somewhere else. Because you're not learning. You're not growing. Go be with people that are ahead of you. And I promise it'll be uncomfortable and your head will hurt and you'll smile too much and then you'll cry later and all of these things. But you're going to grow. And you're going to grow into that, and then you'll become one of them. You'll become one of them. It's just like we always teach our teenagers, like, who are your friends? Who are you hanging out with is going to matter more than anything, right? It matters just as much for you. If you want to get to the 2 comma club, you better find some 2 comma people to hang out with. If you're trying to hit your first million in your business, or your second million, or your third, you need to be hanging out with the $5 million companies or the $10 million company. If you're trying to make your first dollar, then you need to go hang out with someone who's made $1,000, right? Or $10,000 or whatever it is. Just find someone that's ahead of you. Okay, build your network. Choose wisely, just like your mom always told you. Number 2, consider becoming an author with us. Do it. What if you have a story that everyone's waiting to hear? What if you do? I think you probably do. You're in this group for a reason. There's a story behind what you're doing. Number 3, make other people shine. And that means have that service heart, that law of reciprocity. Give it a test. Give it a test. I mean, it's evident when you reach out to shake someone's hand. What do? They reach back, right? It's it. That's it. It's real. It's real. Okay, now I want to tell you a couple of things that I have for you that are so exciting. And so keep Mrs. Claus in the back of your mind, because someday maybe you'll want to be Mrs. Claus with us. So here's the things I have for you. And you can find all of these links in the comment section, or in the post, actually. Number 1, I'm excited about this. So number 1, I want to invite you out to a virtual networking event. There's a group of us women that gather on the first Thursday of every single month right here on your computer screen. And we're from all over the world. You see, I learned to network by leading live executive networking events for almost 10 years. Now I'm a partner in that company and started my own. And my own is called The Veranda, a virtual international networking group for women in business. So we will put you through a process of talking about some key points about your business. What is your story? What brought you into business? What's broken? What's busted? How can we help each other? We gather all on one screen, and then I bring you into breakout sessions where you get to talk about these powerful issues. The problem solving that happens on the veranda, the friendships that are made, the collaboration, the collaborative partnerships. In fact, I heard this one quote from one of my suite members. She says, Shelly, the veranda is a perfect networking experience for introverts. And she's like, there's no awkward lunch. There's no expensive airplane ticket. There's no weird before event or after event conversation I have to worry about. No, it's pure down to business. Let's do business together. All right, so that's my first offer for you. You'll find the link right there. Our next event, I will actually be broadcasting from the Netherlands. I'm from the US right now, but I'll be in the Netherlands to see the tulips. Can't wait for that. Christina, you should go with me. Let's go. I'm leaving Sunday. Anyway, so on the 4th of April is our next event. There's a small $5 guest pass fee, and that's just to get some skin in the game. So you show up, right? Whenever we pay, it commits us a little bit more. So there's a whole $5 fee to get involved. Next, write a book. Guess what? We rented a castle in Ireland. I'm not kidding. We did. We rented a castle in Ireland. Karen and I have partnered in a 12-month book writing and networking experience. We call it the ultimate 12-month book writing, publishing, and networking experience. So beginning in April, all the way till September, we're going to go through the pre-write where we're actually figuring out what we're writing about in our books. I've never written a book. You need to understand. I'm going to be going through this with you. We go through a guided writing experience with her. Then on September 30th, guess what? We are in Ireland in this beautiful castle. I interviewed the Earl. He sounds like Downton Abbey. And we'll have butlers and maids. I didn't know you needed both. And we'll be in that castle to write our book for a full 5 days. Also, during that time, we're going to have 2 networking events where we bring in Irish businesswomen. Are there any Irish businesswomen in here that want to join us for our day networking event? It'd be awesome. So join us in the castle for a networking event on Tuesday. And on Thursday, we'll broadcast from the castle our virtual networking event. And then we come home and go into our publishing experience, all guided. We are going to come out of these 12 months as authors with stories to tell, and I can't wait. It's going to be fun. All right, third one on Make Others Shine. I need your help with something. I need you to nominate your friends. At the castle, we are awarding our first ever Veranda Virtual Businesswoman of the Year award at the formal gala. The award will be given by the Earl with bagpipes playing in the background, and your friend or your mentor or whoever you nominate could be the winner of that award. We want to highlight someone who helps others, you know, something, what does she do that's like a community, something amazing, right? Where she's lifting others. We want to award someone who leads, someone who's building a great business. Who is that person in your world? There's a link on here. It doesn't cost anything to nominate someone, but jump in there and nominate your friends, and we'd love to consider them for this amazing award. They don't have to be present at the castle to be awarded this, nor do they need to be a member of the Veranda Virtual Network, but we want to meet your friends and we want to award this to someone amazing. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope that what I shared with you was helpful to you. If it was, please comment. What did you learn? What was helpful to you? I'd also love to know, what are your biggest business challenges? What are you struggling with? Maybe even what 2 connections are you chasing right now that with me and my network, we could make those connections for you and grow you past where you are. You see, growing business together is way more fun and faster than growing it alone. That's why you need to pack this amazing network around you. I would encourage you to go get involved. Go join a group. Come join my group. I don't care. I do care. I want you in my group, right? But go be involved. It will stretch you. It'll bless your life. Nothing has changed my my world as much as changing who I was around. So enjoy the links. I hope you take a gander walking through them and getting to know what we're up to. And nominate your friend and come to the veranda on the 4th. We'd love to have you. Oh, by the way, I should tell you this. Christina Rowe is speaking on the veranda in July. She is our celebrity presenter. So wish her luck in the comments. That would be so fun. Let's spoil her rotten with all kinds of nice things. She deserves it. All right, bye for now. I hope to see you on the veranda, and I hope today's message helped you a little bit. Take care.